Welcome to ECN Trade Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration.
Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you very much for joining me. The Australian dollar staged yet another upside challenge overnight, which again appears to have failed after extending the advance against its US rival. It peaked at 68.94 and now left a gravestone doji. So in terms of the last two candlesticks, the fact is we've got a long-legged doji and we've got a gravestone. So there is definite indecisiveness at this level. I believe that markets should back away from 68.80 to 95 and look back towards a target of 68.25. Now a break beneath there would give further scope to the downside and bring in an objective of 67.60 or maybe lower. The other thing is the market is still struggling at this 60-day moving average as well, which is also seen as a significant point in where the market is placed at the moment. The euro overnight staged a very whipsaw price action. The market fell down towards its objective of 109.35 after printing a low of 109.26. With the objective reached, squared my position up, but the rebound is now looking back towards this level of 110.80 to 111.15, which is still serving as a downtrend and a cap. Overnight, the ECB became the first of the world's major central banks to fire up the money printing press in response to the global slowdown triggered by the US and China trade conflict. The last round of easing began in 2015 and came to be known as President Trump's monetary policy bazooka. The program has formally ended in December. However, the euro is now in a tight spot as escalations continue on with the US-China trade war. From the rejection from the downside and the rejection from the upside, I still believe the market is poised for a down test and still bearish and looking towards immediate target of 110.15 and lower, with the objective still remaining at 109.35, even though it was contested and reached. That is. Well, dollar yen still lurking towards the upside as it now looks towards the level of 108.40. Little is said from this pattern at the moment as it remains in a broad uptrend. ADX is supporting it, but we're overbought. But the MACD is still strengthened. I do believe the market will back away from this level and turn from 108.40 back down to the region of 107.50 and reassess from there. My view is still bullish on the pound, but I'm getting a little bit concerned about these technicals. The RSI is breaking down a little as it hits towards the midway point at 50. The MACD is also looking a little bit on the weaker side. Still keep your stops accordingly to your risk management, but I believe 122.40 is likely to serve as a base and looking while intact for the challenge eventually to 125 and reassess from there. Well, gold surged overnight. My target from the break of 1,502 rallied and reached its target of 1,518 and printed a high of 24 before dropping back to 1,500. It is assessed from a technical picture that we're still not quite bullish, and this is a little bit of a concerning candle. Therefore, we should not rule out that we can still see lows printing around 1,478 and 84. While that level's intact, I still hold my call to the top side of the range, which is around 1,550. But through 78 negates all the bullish calls and leaves me neutral. Wrapping up with oil, well, the market again trades in a whipsaw manner and takes my stop out at 54.60. It is now assessed that from the low of being 53.92, I'm sitting back in the neutral couch. I believe the market is a little bit weaker again, and therefore the call to the upside is somewhat starting to diminish. Therefore, we could see a test back towards this level, seen roughly around 52.40. Well, that wraps up for today. Thank you very much for joining me. And as always, look out for the intraday report, and I hope you enjoy this great start to this new day and the weekend.